Every year, the money in your wallet, in your pocket, loses its value quietly. Prices go up, but your CD is still the same. There's no change to your salary, but prices are going up. That's what we call inflation. Today, I will show you how to protect your hard-earned money from this silent thief. The first point I want to talk about is to ensure that you don't keep all your money in cash. Someone saved 20,000 for a year and kept that amount of money in his savings account, planning to start his foundation at the end of the year. By the end of the year, when he went to the shop to buy the building materials, he realized that prices have shot up by 50%. And that was a surprise. He thought that he was saving and planning for his future. Eventually, he realized that inflation has gone deep into the amount of money he saved. So this guy was able to buy less things, fewer things than expected because inflation has taken over and couldn't buy the number of items that he had planned to purchase at the end of the year. What was the lesson here? Cash loses its value over time because of inflation. Of course, keep some cash for emergencies, which is important because emergencies happen to us all. You must have some cash for emergencies. But invest the rest in assets that grows faster than inflation. See, in this country, Ghana, in the beginning of the year, January, inflation was around 26%. And government only increased salary by 10%. You see that the 10% increase cannot do anything because inflation is far higher than the increment. Some time ago, we had inflation over 50%. And that was terrible. Salary has never matched up with inflation in Ghana. And so we have to understand this very well so that it informs our investment strategy. So some of the assets that grows faster than inflation, maybe treasury bills, maybe mutual funds, maybe stocks or shares, but you have to do your own research to know that these assets are better and they will grow faster than inflation. Otherwise, if you go and invest now you can see that treasury bills 91 days 10.8% lower than inflation. So if you invest all your money in treasury bills, at the end of the day, you'll still lose some money. The silent thief, will have taken some of your money away without your notice. And that's why we say that do your research. The second point is to ensure that you invest in assets that appreciate. There are assets that depreciate. When you buy a car, it's an asset, but it's a depreciating asset. So buy an asset that appreciates helps you to protect yourself against the silent thief. My father bought a piece of land in Kumasi for around 3,000 Ghana cedis. But after 20 years later, he sold that land for over 160,000 Ghana cedis. That was huge. And that's what we mean by appreciating assets. He bought this land and a number of years later, it has appreciated so much. And so he gained a lot by that. So you see that land, real estate appreciate. And then there are some commodities, cocoa, gold, they also appreciate. So these are the things that we think that if you want to protect yourself against inflation, the silent thief, then you must invest in assets that appreciate. These assets appreciate and they give you interest that are far higher than inflation in Ghana. The third point is to diversify your investment. Don't put all your investment in just one stock or one share or one company. When that company goes down, you lose everything. No. Spread your risk. Invest in several things. There are mutual funds, there are treasury bills, there are ETFs, there are bonds, there are stocks, there are shares, there are landed properties, commodities. Spread your risk. Don't just go into one share, one company and buy all their shares and think that you are protected. No. When you spread your risk, of course, some will go down, some will go up. Then you are protected against inflation. It's very important you understand that diversification helps a lot when it comes to protecting yourself against inflation. If T-bill is 10.8 and mutual funds are around 18, you are protecting yourself against inflation because you find the balance is always higher than the inflation rate. So diversify your investment. It's very important you do that. Fourth point is to develop income streams that gives you money far above inflation. In this day and age, it's very difficult to just live your life around just one salary. It's important you develop other income streams. Develop income streams that adjust with inflation. In this day and age, it becomes difficult to just rely on one income stream. It's important to have other streams that can help you overcome inflation. I have to put it that way. It's important you do that. When inflation hit over 50%, salaries were still the same. It didn't go up. because they said that the economy is now in the bad state. They couldn't increase salaries, but inflation was also going up. And so imagine you don't have any other streams, sources of income, and you are relying on only your salary. It becomes very difficult to live a normal life. And so that's why it's important to have other streams of income that brings in money so that you can live comfortably and live above the inflation rate. So you can create side businesses, selling things online, organizing tutorials for people. All these are businesses that you can create on the side that can bring in money to help you live above inflation. The last point I want to look at is to keep learning and adjusting. You have to know what is happening. Some of us are just living our lives. We don't even know the inflation rate. We are just there. We take salaries and we don't look at the economy and what is happening. If you don't do that, it's very difficult to plan and live well above the inflation rate and to manage the economy very well. And so if you want to live well above the inflation rate and to prevent the silent thief from taking away your money, you must keep learning and adjusting your life. In that way, if you have to buy in bulk, you know what to do so that you don't buy in bits, because inflation, when you are buying in small bits, inflation affects you so much. But when you are buying in bulk, you are able to manage some of the risks, some of the costs at that level. So keep learning and keep adjusting. Economic conditions change. You must stay informed about inflation. If you don't know anything, it can be difficult to live a life. Ignorance is not always a bliss. Sometimes it's good you have knowledge about what is happening. Things change all the time. From January till now, a lot of things have changed economically. If you have not been learning, it's going to affect you. And that's why we are talking about this, that you should ensure that you learn and adjust your life as and when it becomes necessary. Inflation is like termites. They eat away your money silently. You may not see it directly, but a peswa, one cedi, and they are just eating your money gradually. Protect yourself against inflation by investing in assets that grows. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like and share. I'm Kusia Champon. I will see you in my next video. God bless you.